Hey, hello guys, welcome to the stream. Okay, so I haven't done one of these in like a bit of time. But tonight we're going to be farming. We're going to do a few Ruby life pools. Hopefully, at least we're going to try to end these keys because like Ruby life pools and pugs have a really high failure rate, especially because the trash does a ton of damage in fortified. Anyways, we're going to try to finish at least, let's say, three Ruby life pools and maybe get an egg. So we do have this Ruby whelp shell. This egg trinket is really good because we're actually training for the critical strike proc. A lot of people are doing the single target fire proc, which is good, but I prefer the critical strike one. On a high level Ruby whelp thing, it has like 2500 critical strike that it gives you stats. So the thing is extremely powerful. Just to put in perspective, the Bone Moss Big Toe gives you 1.5k critical strike, and this is an unused 2-minute cooldown trinket. The egg is on a 1-minute internal cooldown, and it gives you more than 2000 critical strike. So it's really, really strong, especially if it procs with your Crusade window. Damn, you're gonna blast stuff. Hey, Tim, what's up? Welcome to the stream, man. Okay, so let's go find some Ruby life pools to do. We're going to try to do it 19s or 20s because I would prefer to do 19s because they're kind of a bit easier to do. So 19s give the same loot as 20s, and we already have our vault filled with 20s, so you can just spam some 19s. But I'm just gonna queue for everything. Let's try it again. 20, 19, 20. Where else? Okay, those three. Let's see if we get into those. Okay, that one's full. Okay, this one is a 20 as well. Nice, got into the 19. Yeah, Luke. So the trinket seems to be really powerful. According to the Wowhead article, the single target proc is on par to a Grief Torch. And the critical strike proc is also really good. I'm going for the critical strike proc because while I do like single target like fire procs, I value more stats because I do Mythic Plus content more. So critical strike is just better for those scenarios, you know, because Mythic Plus is more AoE-ish and critical strike is going to benefit that, and I rather get those stats. I do have a whelp shell on a 392 item level, so I could like upgrade this with Valor, but that's 7 upgrades of Valor. Each is 400, so that's a lot of Valor. Although I don't have many things to upgrade anymore. Like, the only thing I have to upgrade left is my Bracer, and that's pretty much it. So I could just save Valor and upgrade this thing, and I wouldn't have to farm it. But let's do a few keys. If I get it, nice. If I don't, I'm just gonna upgrade this thing. So, personally, I would not use Grief Torch. I know it's their biz. I just hate the concept of using 2 unused trinkets, you know? I just do not like the idea of doing it. So I myself, I'm not going to use it. It's just a personal decision for me. So I'm looking for the whelp shell to swap it for this thing, my insignia thing. Grief Torch is our biz, by the way, but personally, I'm not going to use it. I just rather use a stat stick, you know, and just not use that thing because I know I'm going to die using it because you have to stand still for 2 seconds to get the channel off and make that thing hit something, you know. So how Mythic Plus is right now, you have some times where you can channel for 2 seconds, but I'd rather not take the risk, you know. Bad stuff can happen in 2 seconds. And if you have to move, then, well, the value of the Grief Torch is just dead, while the value of my stat stick thing is always going to happen. Yeah, Whetstone is also already good, like, alternative if you don't want Grief Torch. And, well, if you want to use 2 unused trinkets, because we always have to get one stat trinket, you know, like Horn of Valor or the bone, the big toe, or what's the other thing? The other one I don't like. I do have this hoof. I do not like this trinket. I think it's really inconsistent. Sometimes you get like the full stacks by the time you get 10 stacks of Crusade. Sometimes you get like 2 stacks and then it stays at 3 and then you're sad, you know. But I don't know. It hasn't convinced me to play with the hoof. I'd rather just use Horn of Valor. It just gives you static, consistent a bunch of strength, you know. This group is now going nowhere. I'm just gonna join another one. Ruby life pools. Let's put 20. Okay, there's a 20 here. There's a 19. It's the same guy that we just left. This one has a healer. Maybe this one. Okay, those are good. Let's hope we get into one. Nice, we got it. Okay, hopefully the group doesn't just die after like I've been joining these groups and they just die at the second boss. I don't know why. Like range are playing too close to the melee. They have to like bait out the elemental spawn because it goes on range, and I think range are just playing at melee, and the elemental spawn is on us, and then the boulder drops, and the trail of fire is on the elemental. We can't DPS it and the group dies, you know. It's kind of rough to do that boss without a bit of coordination and communication, but let's hope we can just overpower it with damage. Damn, Tim, that sucks. It's really unlucky. I did run a lot of costs trying to get my Juliet Signet. You know what's the funny thing? In the long scheme of things, it wasn't a big upgrade. It was like a 50 DPS upgrade, which is literally nothing. So I farmed the place for nothing almost. Yeah, our RLP has a lot of personal responsibility. You have to like bait stuff in the correct places, and if it's like a mistake, then basically the whole group dies, you know, because you can't DPS the ad, especially that second boss. If you can't DPS the ad down, everyone's dead, you know. Nothing you can do about that. Nice, avoidance and socket. Best you can ask for. They actually changed how this thing works. So, in the past iteration, like in Shadowlands, the signal that the Malandrus used to work, the auto attack damage that it says here, used to go and add it to your weapon damage. And then your abilities were calculated based on that weapon damage, you know. But it seems that in Dragonflight, they changed that functionality because this no longer increases the damage of all your abilities, you know. It only increases auto attack damage. So they might have changed the functionality of this ring like on the down low and never told anyone. I would say use toe, man. Like 3-minute trinkets are strong, like that thing is really powerful, but it also has a channel time of 2 seconds, you know, so that's annoying. And I have like I hate those trinkets that make you do stuff before you use them, you know. It's also 3-minute cooldown, which is not very good with our cooldowns. It doesn't line up with our wings. So I think toe is the way to go, man. Oh, for sure. If you get the Durma ring on a respectable item level, I would use that instead of Signet at Malandrus. It has better stats. It has a bunch of mastery, which we love. It has some haste, which is also good. I think it has haste, right? Let me check. I'm not crazy, right? It has haste. Where is the thing? Yeah, it has haste and a ton of mastery. So if you can get the Diurna ring, use it instead of Signet. On the long haul, it's going to be better for survivability. But the thing gives you a 50k shield like pretty often, so that's massive survivability in keys. 167 auto attack damage is not going to break or make a key, but a 50k shield pretty often probably is going to help you more. Oh, if you got the hoof, you could actually use the hoof, but I have it's not very consistent in my opinion. Sometimes you get all the stacks, sometimes you don't get, like, you get like 3 stacks, you know? So my personal preference, Horn of Valor is the best one. After that, I would say Toe, and my third option would be the hoof. I like consistency, but that's just me, you know, because technically in the simulation, the hoof is going to be better. But, you know, a simulation is 10,000 iterations of something. Then it gives you an average of what's going to be the best DPS, you know. But of those 10,000 iterations, how many of those reach like max stacks? You know, I'd rather not take the odds and just go with what is always going to give me results, which is Horn. Or the Toe. The Toe is also good. It's also pretty consistent. Oh, the ring, the fire things proc really easy with red, especially if you're using this thing. Where is it? Truth's Wake. Because the Truth's Wake damage, the dot, is also radiant damage. Radiant damage counts as fire damage. So you can either proc it with Radiant Decree, or the small ticks of damage of Truth's Wake are also going to proc it. So you don't even need the belt, you know, the Frostfire belt, to proc it as red pretty often. Obviously it helps a bit, I guess, but we don't really need it. We already have a bunch of extra fire damage that we can use. Oh well, in single target, if you're just doing raiding and you don't take Truth's Wake, then obviously the belt becomes a lot better, you know. But if you're doing Mythic Plus and you have both of the fire rings procs, just take Truth's Wake, and with your normal Radiant Decrease, you should proc it pretty often. Yep, it can proc off the Frostfire belt. Ah, thanks, Luke. Hopefully we can get a tank and fill this group up so we can start blasting some keys. I just want to finish these keys, man. I've done a lot of rubies that, like, people just leave after the second boss and after a wipe there, you know? It's kind of annoying. Farming Corda Stars was much easier than Ruby Life Pools. Eight more minutes and I can train this thing. Oh, by the way, if you get like a Mythic 0 Ruby Whelp Shell, you can start training it. Any buffs that your Whelp Shell gets, you're going to get them back with a higher level one. So they don't go away, they're permanent on your character. Oh, Radiant Decree and keys is just better than normal Wake of Ashes, but by a ton. It's like a 3000 DPS difference on overall. So yeah, Radiant Decree is just really good. It's because of the fall off damage. Normal Wake falls off after 1 target. Radiant falls after 5 targets. And most dungeons are like, normally have like 5 things, you know, on most pulls. Some of them have like giant pulls, but that doesn't really matter. But 5 targets is just the general. So your Radiant is going to do full damage to those. Oh, we got a summon. Let's go. I'm getting the crit one. It's just a ton of crit. I love stats. I would really like them to go back to Wake, you know, like the playstyle of and Shadowlands, and just spam Wake of Ashes, Divine Storm, you know, because I know it gets a bit annoying to having to use another spender, which is Radiant Decree, you know. But this playstyle is also pretty nice, you know. But I do miss the and Shadowlands, just spam Wake of Ashes, Divine Storm. Okay, let's get buffs here. Where's my rune? What am I missing? Foot buff. Should I use WeakAuras? Oh no, we have another pally. Sometimes in this place I just use WeakAuras because it's just going to help with general healing, you know. Even though it's my DPS loss, it helps the group a bit. I just want to finish a key, so if the group lives, we get loot. But we have a prot pally, so we should be fine. Okay, he's like setting up rotation to interrupt stuff. I think I have to blindly light the second. I'll just kill stuff. Okay, let's get some holy power on these beetles. Okay, let's go.
Alex Raza charged us with protecting the light pools from the Primus. I pray they have not infiltrated.
Alright, he's gonna gather stuff up.
The eggs are safe and
I'm gonna use my
any
shield
threat
here.
from these sacred grounds.
Stun that guy. Okay, let's start. Dust. It's gonna kill me. Never mind. Fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I can't see the ground, so there's a ghost on me. I'm just gonna bob here, so I can keep DPSing even though the ghost is on me. Pull is almost done. It's almost over. Let's drop another consecration here. Got Radiant coming up. It's a ghost. Gotta run away. We don't have stun. Ooh, should kill that guy. Okay, they forgot that guy. Let's use 1 minute cooldowns here. Too many procs. When you have too many procs, like I want to use my Divine Toll in combination with my Radiant Decree. But sometimes you get so many procs that you can't use your Divine Toll without like wasting Holy Power. I'm gonna shield here. Okay, the tank is not the leader, so I can't actually give him. I'm gonna kick that guy here. Kick. Okay, let's go. Got horse. I'm kinda dying. Okay, we got cooldowns back for the next pack. Ooh. The ghost was gonna kill us. He's going next. Ooh, healer died. I kick this guy, kick him in. Yeah, cooldowns, let's blast. I'm gonna bubble here. Something's there's too many casters. I'm gonna blind for the group in a second. Blind here. Take that. Drop cons. I'm gonna stun one of those. Radiant. Drop another cons. Hopefully I don't get a ghost, so I don't die. Pick that thing. Oh, I don't have a stop for this. It's gonna no shield. Okay, we're fine. We're fine, we're fine. Okay, that ghost I can't stop, so please kill it. Thanks. Kick that thing. So many procs here. Stun that caster, it's so annoying. Oop. I think it's 1 minute cooldowns here. I have so much holy power. I want to use my Divine Toll here, but it's clear. I do not like this affix, guys, by the way. Like the seasonal affix, I feel it's like... I lost my Blessing of Dawn. Everything's dead, doesn't really matter. Let's kill this guy. So I don't like this affix because I don't feel it's like a kiss curse thing. Because I don't feel the kiss, I only feel the curse. Okay, where are we going? We can go the right side.
If only you could have
Oh, crap.
understood the righteousness
Oh, no,
of
we're
our
fine.
cause. I will not allow you to disturb Meladrusa's work.
Maybe use 1 minute cooldowns here. So I have like my full cooldown rotation for boss. I think someone got hit by the frontal or something. Okay, let's use this. 1 minute cooldowns. Come back. Let's drop a cons. Oof. A lot of crap on the ground. Oh, thanks, man. Hopefully we finish this key. I get my egg. And if I get the egg, I can... Ooh, someone died. If I get the egg, I can just do any other keys just for fun. Oh, the guy just released. Can't get hit by the frontal, man. Like, that frontal has a really long charge time. Okay, it's dead. Kill this ghost. Oh, we're going. Okay, so here on this boss, do not use your cooldowns at the start of the fight. Wait till the boss does its circle thing. So if it gives you the circle thing, you run away and you don't have cooldowns running. So you see that? Okay, now I use my cooldowns. Ooh, he died. Okay, someone res him. I'm not gonna res him. Okay, it's on me. Go away and course in. Why did you bob me? Okay, someone is dying just on repeat. Shield here. I need holy power. I have forbearance. Kill the shield. Okay. I need to get my Dawn up. Okay, I gotta heal up here. Heal. I have 1 minute cooldowns. It's gonna take a long while without another DPS. I have to shield. I have to save my shield for the next explosion. And my horse charges. Gotta move, man. It's getting too crowded there. Oof. I'm gonna heal here. I have wings for this. So I'm gonna drop cons and use my crap. To be honest, I think I'm just gonna bubble this. Yeah, I'm bubbling here. Okay, now it's just kill boss, live. Okay, we saved our horse for this. Okay, this boss is not going well. I really have no faith for the last boss. The second boss is going to be horrible. I gotta heal. There's no more wealth, so it's just kill boss, do mechanics. Like 1 minute cooldown's coming up. It's Seraphim up. I'm gonna heal. Oh, the healer's dead. Please kill the boss. Nice. Okay. That was something. Jesus Christ.
Good work, champion.
Oh, I'm in the Storm Rage server.
The pools below.
NA Storm Rage.
Above.
That was rough, man. Like 2 DPS in that thing.
The exposed life pools are in grave danger. A powerful primalist is attempting to burn.
I can't link that at the moment, but I do have a video where I share all my WeakAuras. It's one of like a month ago or something like that. They all, almost all of those still work, and I'm still using some of them.
Save as many as you can.
Whispering Icon. It's better than my trinket, my second trinket here. It also is simming like better than Grief Torch, according to that Wowhead article. So I just want to have all the trinkets, you know. Okay, what? Oh man, people are leaving. Jesus Christ, I can't get to a Ruby life pool groups that doesn't die. This was just a 19. So that's debacle between using Final Reckoning before or after Divine Toll. I personally, when I'm using my cooldowns, I use them normally when I use my Divine Toll before Final Reckoning, but that's because I want my first spell after using the Final Reckoning to be my Radiant Decree, so I can get the Final Reckoning, 10-stack Crusade, and the Judgment debuffs from the Divine Toll on the Final Reckoning, you know? That's when I'm using my 2-minute cooldowns. Now, when you're using your 1-minute rotation, so not without Crusade, you can, I normally do it after Final Reckoning. So I get some extra Holy Power to maybe squeeze in 1 extra Holy Power spender. So that's how I use my stuff. Now, other Retribution Paladins use it all the time inside the Final Reckoning window, you know, and that's totally fine, you know. But I prefer to use it before, so my first, like I said before, my first spell in the Final Reckoning window is Radiant Decree with all the extra damage multipliers. I can show you guys right now. Let's get in queue though. Another Ruby life pools. Woo! Ruby life pools 20. This one is completion. Oh, okay. If I join a completion group, it might be horrible. But anyways, people are not even completing them as it is, so maybe I should join that. Let's do these 19s. 19, 20. Let's join all of them. Okay, we got into one. I don't know which one invited. Both of them invited me. Okay, so what I do, and this is my personal way of doing things. I build 5 Holy Powers, drop Consecration, use Crusade with Seraphim, use 3 Holy Fire Spenders till 10 stacks, and use Divine Toll, Final Reckoning, Wake of Ashes. I mean, Radiant Decree, and just keep on going like that. So this way allows you to always use your Final Reckoning, I mean your Radiant Decree, as the first spell after you drop your Final Reckoning with all the damage multipliers. And this way also almost guarantees that you will have a second Radiant Decree inside your Crusade window. Now, for 1 minute, our 1 minute rotation with only Final Reckoning without Crusade, I do use my Divine Toll most of the time inside the Final Reckoning window. So I get maybe an extra ability in that window, you know, 8 seconds. So that's how I do stuff. Yeah, actually I was considering just upgrading the one I have now. Like this one is 392. It's 7 upgrades, which is, well, how much? Almost 3k Valor. I'm tempted to just do that because of all the groups of Ruby Lightpools I joined, I would say like 40% of them just make it to the end and I actually get loot, and like 60% of the other ones just end at the second boss, or like in this case after the first boss people just give up. Okay, let's use my egg here. So I want to get the crit proc, so I have to go away from everyone and use it on myself. So I'm gonna use it here. Our damage was pretty okay there. Let's see, where is it? Okay, I don't think this is overall though. This is with the training dummies, right? Yeah, this is with the training dummies. Anyways, we were doing a lot of damage there. Oh, so if you want to get the crit buff, you have to be alone. There hasn't to be anyone around you, no pets, no allied targets, no cross faction, anyone, you know? And then you use you target yourself, so I target myself and use the egg. Then he appears, he says, he looks at you with tired eyes, yawns and falls asleep, and that signals that you got a currency of the critical strike. Currently, my egg has 5 charges. You can get up to 6, and then it's fully trained on that specific ability. The egg drops in Ruby Lightpools. Okay, let's get our normal trinket back. So currently there's not a lot of information about the egg. That's that Wowhead article. It says that the single target proc is on par with the Grief Torch, and the critical bonus of the egg, it's on a 1 minute proc per minute. So it's pretty decent. And the thing is, the proc gives you a ton of stat. It gives you 2,500 stats on a 415 version. So that's huge, you know. And well, I want those crit, you know. If you get that crit proc on your Crusade window, you're just going to blast stuff down, you know. Like the bone, where's the thing? The bone moss big toe gives you 16k. I mean 1.6k crits, and it has almost the same uptime in a key. So I think the egg is just going to be really good on the critical proc. I haven't read about that. Anyways, I'm thinking that the critical strike proc is going to be really huge. That's what I'm going for, because they did test that out, and it had the same uptime as, for example, the big toe, you know, and it gives more critical strike than this, almost 1k more critical strike. Yep, just the critical strike. Oh yeah, he probably did waste some damage, but still, I think the stat proc is going to be good for Mythic Plus, because anyways, I wasn't going to ever train the single target proc for keys, you know. I like stats because stats get major benefits in AoE situations, and since I mostly focus on doing keys, I want that critical strike buff. I'm not a huge on the raiding side. I just do it to get the gear so I can do keys. So I'm not really interested in parsing in raid. I just want to push keys. So I focus my build on Mythic plus dungeon stuff, and at the moment that means getting the crit buff. Droning, yes, I'm running the Seraphim. This is the build I'm running currently. I did try to make Sanctified Wrath work, and Sanctified Wrath is actually pretty good in AoE. Like, if there weren't bosses in Mythic Plus dungeons, probably would run Sanctified Wrath. But the problem is, there are bosses, so you do need at least some like priority damage to bosses. And Seraphim just gives you about 4% more damage on boss fights, so that's the main reason that we use Seraphim. Sanctified Wrath holds its own on just pure AoE, but when you go to boss damage, just Seraphim is better. So this build is just all around decent, you know? Come on, pick a DPS. I wanna do the key. Sometimes I do. For example, here I consider sometimes running it because, well, people die in this key a lot. There's a lot of damage going out, so that 3% damage reduction might save someone's life, and it might help at least completing the key. So I sometimes consider it running. When I do my push group, I do run Devotion Aura almost all the time. It just reduces damage. Like, if you think about it, it's 15% damage reduction on your whole group because you add up the 3 players. Has good value, you know, but it's normally just in whatever pugs, I just use Retribution Aura. But in this specific key I'm trying to do now, the Ruby Light Pools, people die so much that I considered running it. It shouldn't be your highest. Divine Storm should be still your highest damage at the end of the key. Probably the exception to that rule would be in... what's this place? Algatar Academy. But that's because there's a lot of padding with the plants near the tree boss. Maybe that key could be like Consecration, your first... your highest damage, you know? But in other places, normally Divine Storm, then Consecration, then Radiant Decree. Yeah, Radiant Decree actually is my highest in Court of Stars. That's mostly because that place, all the mobs die really fast. And so that's the reason why Radiant is our best damage there, you know? All keys have different, like, highest ability that we have. Normally, though, it's going to be Divine Storm. Just rank 5, that's what item level? Or you mean you trained it 5 times in something? Yeah, I actually don't like that much, the Consecration build that much. It does good damage, you know, but it depends on how the tank plays around you, you know? Sometimes they move a lot, sometimes they don't. And there's a cost benefit of pressing the thing, you know? You could be pressing other stuff instead of pressing Consecration just to refresh it. So it's a bit clunky build, but it does the damage, you know? So it's pretty good. It's the best thing we have at the moment, so we have to use it. On my gear, I think the most important one is the weapon one, and I'm using Sophic Devotion instead of Frozen Devotion. Strength scales better, outscales Frozen Devotion, at least with my gear, my current gear level. Sophic seems better on all scenarios, almost for me. And single target Frozen Devotion, I think it's a bit better than Sophic, but I don't really care that much about single target. You should still train your Whelp Shell though, even if it's on a low item level. Whenever you get one that's higher, it's going to keep the buffs that you trained to the eggshell. So just train the thing. In single target, I do use the procs I get. I don't actively use it, but if I get, for example, an Empyrean, what's it called? This thing, Empyrean Power proc, I do use it just to get a bit extra damage with my Consecration. I don't actively use it, you know? We do get a lot of procs of Divine Storm in single target, though. We have Empyrean Power, we also have Empyrean Legacy that sometimes you get, so naturally it's going to get some benefits from those Divine Storms. Yeah, a lot of people recovered those eggshells, man. That day probably, like, everyone that got that, that thought that trinket was useless just went in there and just recovered it. Yeah, no one knew how the thing worked, you know, and since it didn't do anything when you used it, because I did try to use this 392 thing, you know. I got this thing, I put it on, and I used it, and it only did like 0.1% of my damage. I think it did a fire breath proc, and that was pretty much it, the whole run. So I said, oh, this is garbage, so, or it's bug, maybe it's broken. So I didn't use it, so I just stashed it in my bank. But it seems it's pretty decent. Yeah, man, the best advice I can give you as Ret is try to run your own key. I do, actually I did a series last season where I used one of my other alt paladins and didn't use my score of my main paladin. So I just went in LFG and got on the last season of Shadowlands to like, what was it? Every 20 done on my small paladin. It was like a little experiment, you know? And the best thing you can do is use your own key. That's the only way a red paladin is going to get into a group at the moment, because the people are thinking a lot of the meta classes and all those things, you know, and they're always going to take those classes over you. Even though red can do pretty respectable damage, you know. Oh yeah, what spell did you teach it, Jordan? Was it the single target thing or the AoE one? Yeah, I think the Wowhead article is not wrong, but it's kind of like on the ball, you know, so... Okay, let's get in. Oh, never mind, we have to summon people. Now everyone's here. Let's go in. There's not enough data. I think the AoE is pretty decent one, but the one they're talking more about is the crit and the single target. Because the single target proc similar to Griftor's damage, and crit is like a bunch of crit on a pretty decent uptime. Yeah, because at the start it did nothing. You had to like press it out of curiosity. Like you pressed it once maybe, and then you went into a key with it. It did like no damage. It did like 0.1% of your damage, and you said, "Oh, this is garbage." So no one used it until now. Like someone, I guess, was curious enough to find and discover that the trinket was really good. Okay, let's get food buff, and I think we have everything. Oh, we didn't die. Now we still have food buff. Nice. Yeah, I'm actually going to use this egg thing instead of Grief Torch, by the way. Because I just do not like the idea of using two unused stuff. So, personally, I'm just gonna use the egg and the Horn of Valor, I think, for the whole of the season. Once I get it to a high item level and train it 6 times, you know? But that's a personal decision, you know? Grief Torch is still our biz as a second option trinket. But just saying it, my personal decision is just using a passive second option. Oh yeah, that Primo Shell thing got a lot of value for me. It was like, I used it for such a long time. It was a pretty decent starter trinket. I don't have enough Valor to upgrade my egg. I only have 400 Valor. So I'm gonna have to wait like 2 weeks to fully upgrade the thing I have here. Or maybe I get one here and I only have to wait like 1 week. Okay, let's do this key. He's gonna triple pull. Excellent triple pull. Drop cons. Okay, I can't see the ground, so I'm just gonna bubble here. Pick that guy. Shield. Oh, there's a ghost here. Kill the ghost. Nice. I should have used the... Oh, that hurts. That thing almost killed me. Ah, my 1 minute cooldowns are not up yet. I have to rely on this raw consecration damage. Oh, there's a lot of 2 ghosts. He's gonna bob. Nice. Another ghost on us. Okay, we have all cooldowns here, so we're just gonna blast whatever we can. Pick that thing. Okay, let's... Ooh. Shield. Ooh, tank's dead. We're dead. Rip cooldowns. Let's throw everything we can before we die. Okay, we died. Pick that guy. I'm blinding.
An excellent choice.
Man, we died with cooldowns. It's kind of, that's always sad, you know. It's the ghost. Thanks for the sub, man. Appreciate it. I think we're gonna skip the big guy and just go to the mini boss. Yep. Nice. Got 1 minute cooldowns here. We're gonna use it here. Ooh. I don't know how people are getting hit by that, man. Let's just sidestep. It's a really easy sidestep. The projectile is really slow. Not like those earth things. Like the earth things from the start of the dungeon here, those are kind of fast. But this one is a very slow projectile. Like you can just walk around it. Okay, dead. Let's stun that thing. Clear the debuff. Okay, now we're not going to use cooldowns here at the start. We're gonna wait till she does the circle thing. Do your circle thing so I can, if I get it, I can run away. Never mind. Okay, now we use cooldowns. I think something's hitting me. I got a shield. Pick that. I should have 1 minute cooldowns for the second round of whelps. Those like died really fast.
An excellent choice.
Thanks for the sub, man. Okay, let's clear this fast. Next whelp should be soon. Let's prepare our consecration down. Let's drop it here. Get some holy power. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna shield this. Just in case. Okay, this group is much better than the other one. The other one, basically, we had to two-man this boss, so it was horrible. Okay, I run away. And I horseback. Okay, it's dead. Nice.
Good work, champion. Now that you have secured the pools below, I require your aid above.
Oh, below my radiant. That's my Sophic Devotion proc. So it gives you a bunch of strength, you know? It gives you almost 1k strength. So I kind of track it, so I just use some spenders in that duration, you know? Before this, it was my Jadis proc. It was in that place, so I just put the Sophic one instead. It's nice to track those small, like, big strength gains. This big dragon. Big dragon is really dangerous. If I get if I get this, I'm gonna bubble instantly. Okay, so this thing puts you a dot on you. I normally, if I get it the first time with my cooldowns, I'm gonna instantly bubble it because it's just too dangerous to keep the dot, you know. If I get it a second time, I can shield, have Shield of Vengeance, and survive it. If you get it a third time, you pray and you just try to survive, I guess. There shouldn't be a third time though. I think it only put it 2 times here, so it's fine. Okay, this one is the hard pack. There's 2 Cinder casters, so I gotta be a bit like kick stuff and oh, we got another pack. We probably are dead. I got a blind. Dick. I gotta use this thing. We don't have dick. 1 second. Okay, perfect. Lay in hands. Use the thing, use the thing. Nice. We only had 1 minute cooldowns for this, so wasn't expecting him to pull the other patrolling mobs, you know. Ooh, I got a shield. Gotta move. Okay, we have cooldowns for the next pack.
Well done. You have secured the first
I do have a video where I share all my WeakAuras. I think it's one that I made like a month ago. Most of them are still the same, so the only thing I added is the one that tracks the little Sophic Devotion thing. Go, let's go! I got cooldowns. I want to blast. What are we missing? I think someone died there. I gotta heal. That dot hurts so much. He's gonna dance when he's gonna die, so need a purge. Perfect. This dot hurts so much. I'm dying. I gotta heal. That dot hurts so much, man. Like, what the hell? Like, the explosion enough is I think it's just good, you know, but don't put a dot on it. So much healing that has to be done there. Poor healers are suffering this week because it was Grievous. I have 1 minute cooldowns. Next pack should be chill, I think. Yeah, it's only 1 Cinder caster and a flame thingy. Where's the dragon? Don't bring it in. Take that. Drop cons. Shield this. He's gonna do his thing when he's about to die. Flame Dancer, so I'm gonna be kind of away from him. Need a purge. Nice, we got the purge. Oh, he died. I gotta heal myself now. Ooh, don't bring that in. Okay, I'm gonna res him. Ah, we gotta kill the ghoul thingy. I can't res him. Okay, I can res him now. Oh, I don't use that. I use the 1 minute sacrifice one. It's a bit risky to use it on pull, you know, because you might die if there's too many mechanics on the tank, you know, it's gonna drop you to 20%. Maybe you get hit by a random bolt, you know, and it might kill you. I use sacrifice, the 1 minute sacrifice in coordination with my tank, you know, when we're on comms. So he tells me when to use it, you know, I want sack and I sack him, you know. 1 minute sack is really strong for progression if you have communication with your tank. The other one, the recompense thing, is I think kind of a gimmick and it might kill you sometimes. So I don't really use that. Especially in pugs, you don't know how much damage the tank is going to take. So the safe way is just not to do it. Please don't kill us with that.
An excellent choice.
That. Blaze of Glory, Purge. Gotta move. There's a path. I think we can skip the path. Yeah, we can skip the path.
The last pool is safe. She is exposed. Attack that
My final reckoning didn't go off there. What the hell?
summon
Didn't press it.
reinforcements.
I'm dumb. Anyways, it's good. We need it for this. Where's the guy? Clear, clear. Thanks for the sub, man. Okay. Let's go this. Ah, I should have saved cooldowns for that. Stupid ad. I got the next kick. It's dead. Got cooldowns in 20 seconds. No, 30 seconds. Big boulder bait. Nice. Bait the big elemental. Nice. Okay, bait it. Bait the boulder. Ooh, that was kind of bad on my part. Kick that. Ooh, someone already kicked. I think I'm getting melee. Okay, I got cooldowns now. Gonna use it when the next elemental spawns. Never mind, I'm gonna use it now. Spawn the big elemental. There it is. Blast this elemental. Good baits, good baits. Nice. Oh, that went well. This group didn't die at the second boss. I'm so happy.
Vile monster. I protected these life pools.
Oh, we don't have cooldowns for this. Oh, this is sad. We have 1 minute cooldowns in 15 seconds, but everything's gonna be dead by the time we get it. They buffed these mobs, by the way. The Thunderclap mobs used to give you haste, not reduce your haste. So, kinda sad. Gotta drop this. You can, like, I'm gonna freedom this. Freedom removes the Thunderclap. So we can kinda cheat a bit here. Ah, the ghosts. Okay, we got 2-minute cooldowns in 15 seconds. Gotta interrupt the Storm Channeler here because he's pretty dangerous. That flash fire thing. Hopefully someone gets it if we get the thing. Gonna use cooldowns on the next pack. I think this one's just gonna die by the time we use them. Please click that. Okay, nice. There's a ghost. Stun the ghost. Yeah, we're gonna blast the next pack. I'm kicking that. Drop the cons. So we slow the ghost. So we help the team. Okay, we're gonna blast next pack. Okay, let's go. Spill holy power on this thing. I gotta kick that dude. Kick. Ooh, please. Oh, I was scared. I bubbled there. I thought no one kicked. If you get the flame channel and no one kicks, you just die. So I just bubbled. Kind of panicked a bit. It's the ghost. Stun it. Let's go next. Yeah, the Spiteful Shades can one-shot you on high keys. This one, it's like a third of your health, I think. I'm shielding Seraphim. And I'm using my wreck. We should have 2-minute cooldowns when the boss is down, so that's going to be really good. Razaga thing. Clear. Gotta save cooldowns for boss. Okay, nice. Kill the ghost. Okay, how's he gonna do this? He's gonna pull here, okay. Okay, who has the... He has the fire. Ooh, gotta move. Oh, it's on the other side. As soon as we kill the dragon, the easier this fight is. The easier this fight is. It's clear with this guy. Okay, he's gonna mount. I think we... Oh, we know have lost. Heal, heal. Save myself. Jesus Christ. That dot, man, I just panicked so much. Oh, I dropped my buff. Kill the dragon. Okay, it's dead. Nah, okay, this fight is easy mode now. Easy mode. Please give me the egg. I don't want to be through this place again. Nice. Okay, that's clear. Okay, give me egg.
Thank you, champion.
Damn it.
The life pools
Give
are
me
safe
boots.
for the moment, but the primalists are still a threat.
Did someone get the egg?
We must be vigilant,
Nah, he got
lest
the
we be
crown.
caught off guard again.
Actually, these boots... Nah, these boots are not that good. Like, burst is good to survive, but I'd rather have haste mastery boots. Okay, let's go to the next one. How's the damage? It's pretty good. Want to see what damage was my top. It's probably Divine Storm. It's Divine Storm, rate, Consecration, Radiant Decree, probably. Let's find another key. Sure, just a second. I want to check this out. Yeah, it's Divine Storm, Consecration, Radiant Decree. Okay, so Egg has different modes. The most popular ones are the single target one, which is similar to Grief Torch according to that WoW article. I don't know how accurate that is, but it's pretty strong. Then it has the critical strike mode. That's also pretty good. They also showcase that. And it also has different, like a healing AoE mode and an AoE normal damage mode. And I think it has one haste. But the popular ones are single target and critical strike. To get the critical strike one, you have to use the egg while no one is around you. And you have to target yourself. So, for example, if this was the egg, there's nothing around me. Oh, that guy is. So let's move. So let's say I'm here, okay? This is the egg. I target myself and I use it, and then we're getting the critical strike mode. For the single target one, I think you have to attack an elemental or something like that. I actually do not know. The Wowhead guide has the different things you have to do to activate those. The one I do know is that critical strike one. You have to just go to a place, be alone, and click your egg on yourself. Do that 6 times, and you will get the fully trained on critical strike buff Whelpling. Has a 1 procs per minute on almost 2,500 critical strike, which is really strong. Okay, let's go to another one. Let's go to another one. Oh, mind group. Ruby life pools. Depending. If you care about raiding, the single target one is really good because it's a lot of priority damage. Like I said, similar to Grief Torch according to that Wowhead article. For Mythic Plus, I'm thinking Critical Strike is going to be really good because it has the similar uptime as the Bone Maw Big Toe, and this thing only gives you 1500 Critical Strike, you know. So the other one giving you almost 1,000 Critical Strike more on the similar uptime is really strong. I'm going personally for the Critical Strike one. If you care a lot about rate parsing, probably the single target Fire Breath one is better. Ruby life pools, 19, 20s. Let's do a 20. I think 20s are more stable because people actually do the damage and stuff. Now let's try the 21. Maybe we get in. This 19, this 19. Okay. One of those will take us. Okay, we got into the 21. Okay, this is gonna be rough. Actually, why did I join at 21? I just want to farm the egg. Okay, if it dies, it dies, you know? What can we do? What's the other DPS? It's a hunter. It says slow. I just want to farm keys. I'm just gonna join at 19, guys. I just want to get that egg. I don't want to do 21 at the moment. Egg farm. Give me ruby light pools. 19s. It should be fairly easy to get an egg. That place has like no loot table. Like we can check. There's like 5 things there. Okay, let's join this one. Let's join this one. And this one. Okay, we got in. Dungeons, Mythic Plus, Ruby Light Pools. Okay, yeah, there's 5 things here. I think if I go to Prot, there's 4. No, never mind. Prot is worse. Holy, never mind, it's worse. Okay, red's fine. So there's only 5 things. We have a 20% chance to get the thing we want. Okay, No, scratch that. We also have to win the loot and be one of the 2 people that get the loot. So I don't know how numbers work. We probably have like a 10% chance, something like that. Okay, let's get buffs. Let's get another flask. We got 1 hour of the rune and put buff. Did you guys know you can't eat a cookie when you're in a Mythic Plus key? Because it gives you an item, and you can't loot items in Mythic Plus. So it's kind of weird. We should be able to use the cookie inside a key, you know, if you die or whatever. I guess that gets fixed when I get my next embellishment. I'm gonna get the food embellishment. I'm gonna put it here probably. I got one of those food embellishments at the start and I sold it for like 20k, you know. I didn't know it was going to be so rare. So I sold the thing and now it's like 150k or something like that. So pretty sad. Nice. Did you put it on a on what piece of gear? A weapon? You can put it on anything, I guess, right? Because it doesn't count as embellished gear. It's really good value. It's like if you die, you normally lose your food buff, and like I said, you can't get like the main stat one. You can't eat one in the middle of key, so it's probably good value. I'm just farming it with all my alts at the moment. No luck. I did have one, but I sold it, so it's really sad.
An excellent choice.
Thanks for the sub, man. Appreciate it. I actually should have crafted head instead of chest, because head has worse stats for us. Like crit burst is worse than the tier chest that has like a bunch of mastery haste, I think. Yeah, haste mastery. Kinda made a mistake there, but eh. Eventually we'll be able to craft like a bunch of stuff, so I don't really care that much. Okay, let's do this. It's gonna do big pull. Where is he gonna stand? Stun that guy. Bubble, bubble. If I didn't bubble there, I died. I can't see the ground. There's so much crap on the ground, I can't see anything, man. Gotta kick that. There's a ghost behind me. A shield. Need to get my buff up. I'm losing damage here. Okay, it's up. One minute cooldowns are up. clear that thing. Everyone should clear. There's the ghost, stun the ghost, and we're fine. Let's throw Radiant, just so they slow the ghosts. Okay, we got 2-minute cooldowns in 20 seconds. Wonder what's he gonna pull. I wanna kick that guy. No, just LOS. Blind. Nice. Someone already stunned it. Kick that guy. Let's drop cons and prepare our crusade. Ah, he has Sigil of Silence. That's perfect. Kick. It's clear. Perfect. And we're gonna skip that guy, right? Probably. Oh, he pulled. Never mind, we killed. Okay, this changes plans a bit because I think we can use... No, we have to use 1-minute cooldowns on the next guy. So we have cooldowns for boss.
An excellent choice.
Yeah, this guy's already dead. I'm not gonna use anything on him. Kill it, kill it. I wanna use my cooldowns on the next guy. Okay, it's dead. Oh, they pulled. What the hell? Alright, stun the ghost. Kick the... Okay, let's use cooldowns here, I guess. Kick the Ice Bolt. What the hell is killing me? Okay, I guess I'm not using cooldowns for this guy. I wanna save cooldowns for boss, so... I think I can use... I'm gonna use 1-minute cooldowns when they come up. I know I'm losing one wings usage, but... I actually need the damage for boss, so... Yeah, cooldowns should be back exactly when we want them. I gotta clear. Yeah, cooldowns should be up when after she does the circle thing on the first person. Don't want to use cooldowns there because, well, at the start of this fight, because if she picks you, then you lose a lot of damage. So we're just gonna use normal abilities here. Gotta slowly move to her because I don't want to use my horse. Okay, there's my Q. Now I use wings. Should be summoning the whelps after this. Never mind, she did that thing. Summon the whelps. Oh, shield. Okay, there's the whelps. We gotta clear. Someone is not clearing. I gotta lay on hands this. res that guy. I think if he takes the res, he dies. Zombie. Oh, I got the whelps on me as well. Oh, the tank died. Jesus, man. It's rough for this week for healers, man. With Grievous and that boss doing so much damage. Next week's not going to be easier. Next week is tyrannical. Yeah, I think the mage couldn't get his damage off there, so... that's why I say don't use cooldowns on pull, because the dude I think used cooldowns on pull. He got selected by the circle, and then he didn't have any damage for whelps. Also, we got a bad overlap there. Normally, she doesn't do 2 circles. She does 1 circle, then another hailstorm, and then she casts whelps. She did circle, hailstorm, circle, whelps. So, a bit unfortunate on that as well. Got bad RNG. Okay, at least the group didn't give up. Okay, pick someone, and I'm gonna use cooldowns. Pick someone. Okay, she picks. See? Okay, she did the correcting this time. Oh, I left my consecration back there. Got a quick kick now. Bubble. Kick, kick. Nice. Okay, tank's dead. You'll die now. Rip the key. Everyone's gonna leave after this. We had no res.
Only death for those I will save these eggs.
Jitsune, I'm glad it helped, man. Oh yeah, the key's dead. As you can see, Ruby Life Pulse is not a easy key to farm. People just die and everyone leaves. Actually, I don't think it's more fun this season than Shadowlands. I've really enjoyed the endgame Shadowlands Red Pally because it was just such a like hack and slash playstyle, because we had procs of Wake of Ashes, we had a bunch of other like procs Divine Purpose and all those things. And we didn't have to play the managing game like we have to do now. Currently, we have to manage the buff of, let's say, we have to manage a lot of stuff. We have to manage of Dusk and Dawn. You have to manage your consecration, that you put it in a good space so you get value out of it, you know. And that is also not under your control, because sometimes tanks move stuff away from you. For example, on that fight, the last fight there, the tank moved the things away from my first consecration, so I had to wait like 5 to 6 seconds to put another one down. So luckily I got a Blade of Justice proc consecration, but still. So we have to micromanage a lot of stuff now that we didn't have to do that in Challenge. In Challenge we just used cooldowns and blasted, and that was pretty much it. But now there's a lot of those small thingies that you have to look for, you know. So while this iteration of Red is fine, I do not find it more fun than the Shadowlands one. Actually, if I had to like make a tier of fun Retribution Paladins, I would put BFA a Corruption Red at the top, because that thing was wild. I really enjoyed BFA Corruption Red. After that, I would put Shadowlands Endgame Red. After that, I would put Legion, because Legion was really bare bones red. We did have Divine Hammers, which was fun, but it was kind of plain, you know. There wasn't much depth to it. And then I would put current Dragonflight Red Pally. Season 1 Red Pally was horrible, man, and then in Shadowlands. Remember the target cap? That thing was just... I don't know why they put that thing. We did no damage, you know. Fire mages were kings, were kings that first season because, well, they were the only class that did burst AoE uncapped damage. Reds were like 5 target hard capped. Our damage wasn't really good. It was horrible the first season of Shadowlands. Endgame Shadowlands was good. No, I'm glad I could help, man. Jitsunel, I'm really glad I could help. Yeah, season 1 of Shadowlands wasn't really good. I think season 1 of BFA also wasn't good for Reds. Remember? Our Azerite powers all were garbage. I remember we had to use like the generic ones. I think season 1s are not very good for Reds. Now that I remember a lot of things, season 1s were never good for Reds because we do scale really well with stats. The more mastery and haste that we can get, the better Retribution Paladin scales. So eventually we get to a point that we're really, really powerful. But season 1s haven't been our strength, I think. Red is strong at the moment. Like in Mythic Plus, we're pretty damn strong. The problem is tanks have to play a bit around you, and most tanks do not know this yet. For example, if the red does his rotation, he throws down his consecration in wings. That should be like a moment where the tank just stops and try to play around that consecration. You know, I'm not saying that tanks should play around all of our consecrations, but the one that we drop when we have wings, that one is important because that's going to do a lot of damage. If they just run around like crazy, and sometimes it's not their fault, there's a bunch of affixes that make movement like forced in Dragonflight. So there's a lot of movement. So if that happens, they have to move away, and you lose a lot of damage from that consecration, you know? That's the main reason I do not like this iteration of Red. This is a playstyle we never had before. At least I haven't seen a playstyle where we drop... Consecration is so important, you know? I think in Classic was the only time like consecration was really important. Yep, I'm using the same build. It's basically this one. Exactly the same build I put in the guide. Because there's no real changes that the buffs made. For example, they did buff Crusader Strike, Blade of Justice, and what else? Final Reckoning, and I think one more thing they buffed. I do not remember. But that didn't change really how we played in Mythic Plus dungeons. Going the Expurgation route doesn't do anything. Going the Sealed Verdict just takes too many points from AoE to put on Blade of Justice, so that's not worth. So yeah, basically I'm just using the build that I put in the guide. I do not like Exorcism. It's just another button that we have to press, and we already have so many procs and stuff that happen. We are overloaded with Holy Power, which is good, you know. Having a lot of Holy Power is nice, but what would you press? Exorcism or another Divine Storm? I think the Divine Storm is always going to win because the damage is instant, so it doesn't matter if the mobs die. And also, you want to consume all your procs. Sometimes I use my cooldowns and I have like procs, and I can't use my Holy Power, so I have to sometimes overcap. On top of that, having Exorcism, where do I put that spell? That's the problem. We have a small bottom bloat problem as Reds at the moment. Exorcism should be like, I think they should like make it a replacement for Blade of Justice, or an option, you know? If you take Exorcism, it transforms Blade of Justice into Exorcism, you know? And gives you some extra AoE on a builder. They really should transform like Blade of Justice into Exorcism. I don't like this button. It does damage. You know, look at the values. They're really huge. The problem is, where do I put it? I need to find an empty global so I can put this ability there. But currently, I do not have many of those empty globals. I'd rather drop a Consecration than drop an Exorcism. Okay, let's look for one more Ruby Light Pulse, and hopefully we can actually get loot from it, because I'm getting really tired that those Ruby Light Pulls never end. Like I said, 40% of my Ruby Light Pulls, I get to the end of the key. There's 60% rest, I never get to see loot. People just give up at the second boss, or in this case, the first boss. Okay, those ones. I don't want to do 21s. Just want to get the egg. Yep, I'm doing one more Ruby Life Pools. So yeah, there's a lot of people using Exorcism, I think, in high keys. It's a personal decision. Like if you go and ask in the Retribution Paladin Discord, they're going to tell you that it's like you can take that or you can take Truth's Wake. It's a personal decision. I rather just use Truth's Wake because I do not want to manage another spell. You know, I don't want to press an Exorcism on top of the other things we have. Also, the damage loss is not really big. I think in simulations it's 1% more damage Exorcism, but you have to play it perfectly, which sometimes you can't. So rather just use Truth's Wake and just have the guaranteed 1.5% damage at the end of the key. Oh yeah, I don't use Exorcism, by the way. I don't use it. I tried to use it at the start. It just felt really bad. Just too many stuff, you know, to use. There's not enough empty globals to justify it for me, at least. Raid talents, I just use whatever is, and WoW Head Guide. I do not have a specific raid single target talent build. Also, I think it's better to just go into Warcraft logs and see what each individual fight people are taking, because raid is so different than Mythic Plus. You have to like adapt for each single build, while Mythic Plus is more generalistic. You know, you can use one Mythic Plus build for almost all keys. Oh, okay. This key, it's probably 0.8. Yeah, 0.8% of my damage. Yeah, like I said, pretty decent. It's free damage, so doesn't matter what damage it does. It's literally free damage because it's not taking away from the stat budget of the ring. It's just extra damage, so we take those. 0.88% damage from my ring. Oh yeah, Exorcism people are using it in raids. I think in raids you have a bit more, like, it's better in raids to use Exorcism because, well, there is more chances to use it. Maybe you have to move away from the boss, you can just throw it there, you know. Personally, I don't like it. I did try to use it at the start, and I made a video when we were like at the end of Shadowlands, telling people that it was going to be good, but eventually it wasn't. Okay, everyone's here. Let's try and finish this key. Okay, so someone asks about what are the consumables I use on my weapon. So I like to use the haste one. Haste one is really good. Crit one is also really decent, but I prefer the haste because I like to have like this like high amount of haste, so my rotation feels really smooth. Sharpening stone is sharpening stone is equivalent of 135 strength. By the way, because one attack power equals one strength. It's also a pretty decent choice, but it depends on how you feel on your rotation. Do you feel your rotation sluggish? Use the Howling Rune for extra haste. Are you comfortable with your rotation at the moment, how it feels? Use the Sharpening Stone. They will both give you similar amounts of DPS. It's mostly personal preference. Okay, let's eat. I'm thinking I'm gonna use Devotion Aura, man. People die. Maybe this helps them survive. Nah, I'm just gonna use Red Aura. Fuck it. I'm gonna feed off their deaths. Oh, I didn't take Lockstones, no.
Charged us with protecting the life pools from the primalists. I pray they have not infiltrated too deep.
Okay, I wonder what pull he's gonna do. Triple, double.
And eliminate any threat on these
Okay, so the
sacred
triple.
grounds.
Let's drop cons here.
The elements answer to me!
Oof. I couldn't see who had the other mark. I think the tank had the other mark. Where's the ghost? Where's the ghost? Oh, there it is. Stun the ghost. Hey Zyar. Welcome to the stream, man. Okay, we got 1 minute cooldowns here. Let's prepare them. Use Seraphim early. I'm gonna stun this. Oh, never mind. I don't have anything. I can't stop stuff. Drop cons. Take that. I got blinding. Blinding. Drop cons again. Clear the thing. Don't get hit by the circle. Drop cons again. Mostly I drop it so the shades get slowed. Oh, there's a shade. Alright, we got 2 minute cooldowns. Can do a big pull. Okay, three guys is fine. 3 guys. 3 guys is a decent pull. Take that. I should have stunned that big AoE thing. Never mind, stun the ghost. Kill my ghost so I can keep DPSing. Drop cons so I can slow the shades. Clear. Nice. Let's run through the ghost. Let's kill it. Please kill it. It's gonna smash me. Yeah, you don't need Abyss pots here. We can just hug the right side.
If only you could have understood the righteousness of our cause.
Tank has to go first, or I die.
Such a pointless
Come on,
death.
bullet.
I will not allow you to disturb
Nice.
my
Let's go inside so we don't pull other stuff. Use 1 minute cooldowns. Prepare for boss. Drop the cons just because we can. What about cons, since we used the Divine Storm?
The elements answer to me!
Should die at the perfect time. And let's clear with the tank. I don't want him to die again. I think I almost killed him last time because I didn't clear. I really don't like this affix. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you guys like the seasonal affix? Because I hate it. I do not feel the kiss part, you know? I only feel the curse. Okay, boss time. Red, yeah, it feels fun, but it's not as fun as other iterations, I think. I do not like that we have a bunch of bottom bloat. Ooh, can I go in between those? Yeah, we can. Nice. And I do not like Consecration that much. Feels like a weird button, you know? I gotta shield this. Healer's having a rough time. Okay, I'm gonna drop the cons once he puts some aggro. Nice, okay. If it picks me, I'm just gonna bubble. Okay, nice, it didn't pick me. Heal just to help the healer. Okay, dropping cons when the tank positions. I think he's gonna just wait here. Yeah, perfect. Now I'm bubbling here. Healer's struggling a bit. I should have told him to put the tank on the as the leader, so I can sack him. I have like a macro that sacks the party leader. You guys have to clear. Clear. They're gonna die. Oh, they're fine. They're fine. Gotta move. Oh, it's on me. Oh, I don't have horse. I have horse. Nice. We do have a lot of buttons. We have a lot of button bloats at the moment. The problem is we can't choose not to take it. Like, I don't take Exors, like I said, you know. A lot of the reds are taking this, but that's a personal choice. Yes, I use a WeakAuras to show me my Crusade stacks on top of my Consecration here. I do have a video that I did like a month ago where I share all my WeakAuras. Okay, so here I don't have bubble. So if I get the first dot, I can Shield of Vengeance it. And if I get it the second time, I have to pray, and that's my plan. I just pray and survive. Yeah, I just die probably. This dragon doesn't like play games, man. Oh. Lay your hands. This dragon wakes up every day and chooses violence. Please kill it. Next dot, I'm dead. Potion, live. I'm fine. Nice. Okay, no more dots. Please kill it before it does another one. I even dropped my Blessing of Dawn to do this. You guys have to clear, you're gonna die. Okay, we're fine. Okay, we have 1 minute cooldowns for this. This is the hard pack. Gotta kill this Cinder casters. Take one of them. He's gonna use a thing. Perfect. Let's build some holy power. And drop the reckoning. So many blocks. Shield. Pick one. Wanna stun the other one. Stun it now. The dude's dead. I'm blinding. Use the thing. Perfect. Wait, kill it. Kill it. Oof. It hurts so much. Oh no, please. This stupid thing on.
The elements answer to me.
Gotta heal. There's a shade. Whoever made this dungeon like woke up one day and said, "Oh, I don't have horse. I have horse. Nah, I'm fine." Like woke up one day and said, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck some shit up," and made this dungeon. This place is just a nightmare. Oh, gotta kick that. Nice, he had that flame dance thing has to be kicked or we die. We have a purge, right? It's for the flame dancer. Gonna move away from him so he doesn't kill us with Blaze of Glory. Nice. Blaze of Glory again. Run away. Please purge it, someone. I don't have a purge. I'm not Blood Elf. Okay, let's kick the Cindercaster here. Okay, I'm gonna use that. Kick it. My shield. I have blind. I'm gonna use blind when he does the flame dance. If he does it. Kick it again. Nice. Well, we should have used that on the mobs. I'll use 1 minute cooldowns here. I think it's worth it. Never mind. So much damage. I gotta heal. I hate healing in my final reckoning window, but sometimes I have to do it because the healer is struggling a bit. Gotta do what you gotta do to live, man. That's that dot and the Grievous.
Keep clearing them out. Do not let the Primalist desecrate this hallowed space.
Sorry if I don't read chat at the moment. I'm kind of like not watching my second screen. Okay, I'm gonna read while we walk. DK actually is similar to Red. Well, at least it wasn't Shadowlands. I don't actually know how they play currently. And we have 2 minute cooldowns here. We're just gonna blow this up. Okay, now use that thing. Perfect. Blast him. Kill the Cinder Weaver. There's a ghost on us. Where is it? There it is. Stun it. Blaze of Glory, Purge. Another ghost on us. Gotta run. We don't have stun. Okay, perfect. Now we gotta wait dragon. Don't pull the dragon.
The elements answer to me.
Yeah, we gotta chill here.
To the master of these minions. Hurry onwards, champion.
And stun that guy. He's hitting our homie here. I got 1 minute cooldown, so next pack should use that. And after that we have cooldowns for boss. Everything going as planned. And you can take the little guys to trash. Yeah, perfect. Little guys do nothing. Use Seraphim. Pick that guy. Kill the Cinder Weavers. I'm shielding this. Stun the Cinder Weaver. We got a lot of CC in this group. It's pretty good. Oh, I almost got hit by that. Flame Dancer needs a purge when he's gonna die. He blind that. Oh, he's gonna pull the other things. Never mind, he's fine.
Answer to me!
Clear with the guy. Another Inferno. More dots. Run away. And we have cooldowns for ball. Oh, he's gonna do that back. Okay. We really don't need this, right? This pack is really hard, by the way.
Attack that primalist before she
Ooh, we need to kick that. Nice. I'm gonna bubble this. Actually, I shouldn't have bubbled it. Yeah, bubbling that was a really bad move. Yep, I'm gonna need that bubble later. Hope it doesn't come back to bite me. Blaze of Glory. The plan changed a bit because now we don't have cooldowns for boss. We will have 1 minute cooldowns when the ad spawns though. I think that's okay. Yeah, we should be fine. Use cooldowns when the ad spawns. Let's bait the boulder to this side. Where's the boulder? Ooh, the tank's suffering. Nice, good bait. Gotta bait the boulder like to the top. Please be on me. Please be on me. It's not on me. It's fine. I'll get next kick. Like that. Good thing. Kill it. Okay, I have cooldowns now. Cooldowns in 5 seconds. I can blast the next ad. Let's clear this fast. Okay, clear now. Cooldowns, I mean. Okay, ad's dead. Perfect. Wait, the boulder here. Please be on me. It's not on me. Damn. I want to kill boss, but I think we have to kill that ad. Or keep it at least, yeah, boss. It's boss. We gotta keep it interrupted and we're fine. It's dead. Nice. Okay.
vile monster! I protected these life pools. No!
Oh, he's gonna pull everything. We want to like freedom the thunderclaps here. Yeah, freedom that. Oof. This pull hurts a lot. Quick. Perfect. Those thunderclaps are so annoying. My haste is... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Arrest, 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 arrest. Tank's alive. Tank's dead again. Okay, we kite. Kill at least something. Consecration slow. Ooh, that guy's gonna do that. I'm dead. Never mind, I'm alive. Potion. Stun that guy. Does he have aggro? There's a shade. There's a sage. Stupid shade, go away. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Okay, we're fine. Good save. Good save. Woo, that was spicy. You freedom because freedom removes slows, and the thunderclaps count as a slow. So you also remove the haste debuff that they put on you. It's not permanent because you can only do it like every 25 seconds, but it does give you a bit of more DPS. Like for example, I can remove it here, you know, and I have all my haste for the pull, at least for a few seconds. I need a kick. Nice. They recently buffed those guys, by the way. They used to give you haste instead of reduced. Freedom again. Okay. Kill the shades. We're chilling. We're chilling here on time, so as long as we take it slow and safe, we're fine. I'm gonna kick that channeler. I'm kicking the next flame channeler. That guy hurts a lot. Oh, and he shield. Kick that. I have cooldowns in a few seconds, so just gotta live. Kick. We got 8 minutes to do a boss. Like a bit of trash. We are chilling here. Just take it slow and steady and we should be fine. Oh, I'm taking Radiant Decree. By the way, this is Radiant Decree. It's not normal Wake of Ashes. I just wanted like my WeakAuras to stay on my screen so I see the cooldown of Radiant Decree. What the hell hit me? Oh, the shade. I'm dumb. I'm gonna run back. Wasn't paying attention to that shade. Sag. Yeah, Radiant Decree at the moment for Mythic Plus is just the best thing you can take. It's just because it does full damage to 5 targets all the time, while normal Wake of Ashes only does full damage to 1 target and reduced to everything else. I didn't see the shade debuff there. My bad, I guess. I wanna pull. My 1 minute cooldown window is running away. Hit the dragon. Who has the spit? It's on me. I need to clear this guy. Perfect. I'll have cooldowns. I have to like delay my cooldown stuff. 30 seconds for all my stuff to be up. Ooh, that's bad. That's really bad. We're kind of in a tight place here. They're gonna mount like a half horse. Cooldowns now. Drop cons. Kill the dragon. Thing has to die. Perfect. Dragon's dead. Now I have to like go the long way. Never mind. I have to clear though. He has to bring it to us. Kinda blocked by the fire. Gotta move, gotta move, gotta move. Nice. Okay, let's see. Give me the egg. Egg. No egg. Did someone get egg?
Champion. The life pools are safe for the moment, but the primalists are still a threat. We must be vigilant.
Wait, no one got
lest
anything?
we be caught off
What the hell was the
guard.
loot? Oh, okay, someone got that thing and... What's the second piece of loot? Come on, someone loot the thing. I want to know if this the egg. Oh, okay. So the egg stats are... It's a 1 proc per minute critical strike proc, which is pretty good. We don't know yet if it's hasted or not. Someone get the egg? Oh no, he got the back. Okay. Let's go back to Baldraken. Okay, so the egg is in a 1 minute proc. And the thing is, we do not know if it's hasted. So if it's hasted, it's a lot better for us because it means it's going to proc even more. If it's only a 1 proc per minute, it's still good because with that, the uptime is similar to a 2-minute trinket. It's similar, it's comparable to this thing, and this is one of our best trinkets, you know? So the uptime of the critical strike, which is 1,000 more than this thing, is comparable. So it makes it really good as a passive option trinket. That's what I want the egg. Okay, so places to play Mythic Plus that's not LFG. There's a lot of communities that you can join that do Mythic Plus keys, and I think that would be the best way to do it. Other ways, you can maybe find a guild that does keys, but not all guilds do keys. Some guilds only raid and like do keys up to certain levels. So if you want to push, communities are your best choice. Okay, so other things that I didn't read in the chat while I was doing the key. For single target, normal Wake of Ashes is the way to go. So the guide in Wowhead that does for only single target recommends taking normal Wake of Ashes for those situations. But for Mythic Plus, which is the content we focus more on this channel, Radiant Decree is the way to go. I know it's going to feel a bit clunky at the start, but once you get the hang of it, it's going to feel that just natural to throw it down there, you know, as another spender instead of a Templar's Verdict or a Divine Storm. Because in both cases, it's good to throw it. Single target and AoE. It's a pretty decent ability.
An excellent choice.
Lag Monster, thanks for the sub, man. Really appreciate it. Okay, so I read someone was telling me that Retribution was going to be bad this expansion. And yes, people kind of a bit over-exaggerated that Ret was going to be bad this expansion. I always thought it was going to be good, you know. And currently it's pretty decent. We can hold our own in keys. The problem is we're still really squishy. You can see me suffering there in that 20, you know? I'm just like trying to survive as much as I can. But in high keys, a lot of those are going to kill you. So our weakness at the moment is we're squishy. That's pretty much it. Our damage is there as long as the tank plays around your consecration just a bit, not all the time, you know. If you're with wings and you throw down a consecration, that's a good moment where the tank should like stop and like let your consecration do its thing at least for 12 seconds, you know, and then he can move again. No, sadly, Final Verdict is not worth taking, even in single target at the moment. The problem is this talent. Templar's Vindication is a 2-point talent you have to take to get Final Verdict. And this thing is 0.3% of our damage. Templar's Vindication, if you take a 2-point talent on this thing. So it's not worth to take it to get to Final Verdict. Final Verdict by itself is really good. The problem is we have to take really, really bad options to take Final Verdict. They do have to rebalance our talent tree. There's stuff here that doesn't do anything. For example, here in this node, Touch of Light does no damage. It's like 0.1% of our damage, you know? So this thing is doing 0. There's also like nodes, like for example, Seed of Reprisal, 10% extra Crusader Strike damage. Used to do only like 0.2% of your damage at the end of a key. Now it's going to do like maybe 0.3 with the buffs to Crusader Strike, but still it's not worth 2 points of talents. So that's the things they have to fix with let's say if they rework Red, make a few of these talents like be worth it, I guess. Because at the moment some of them are just dead, like you never take those. For example, you never take this, for example, Seal of Wrath. Does so little damage on a 25% chance to do an extra 2,000 damage, almost 3,000, but that's nothing, you know. So there's a lot of useless talents in our tree. There's a lot of useless stuff here in our tree. Like this, Improved Judgment, 1 less second in Judgment. What's that gonna do? It's that kind of whatever point, you know. But Red's damage is fine. I think it's pretty okay in keys. I made my peace with Consecration. I try to position it as best as I can. Sometimes tanks just move away from it because of like heavy movement and keys and a lot of stuff on the ground. You heard me say I can't see the ground because sometimes there's like so much crap on the ground you can't even see your own Consecration or where what you're stepping on. So yeah, it's a really heavy movement and stuff on the ground, heavy meta, you know. It's rough out there. Well, let's see how much damage it did. So yeah, it's my second highest hitting ability behind Divine Storm. Then it's Raining Decree, then Judgment, Final Reckoning, and so on. I wouldn't change it because this thing, like the extra 8% mastery, works on everything. AoE, whenever you're doing your wings, it's going to work on AoE and single target, while this thing is only working on single target. 8% mastery is basically saying you're doing an extra 8% damage when you have wings, which is huge. Like Crusader is 30% extra damage. Like now with that talent, it's 38% damage. Also, the mastery you get from that talent is not bound to the reduction of diminishing returns of mastery. So it's always going to be 8% mastery, no matter what. Currently, that doesn't matter, but eventually we're going to reach I think the mastery reduction, like DRs. And then it's going to be like more important percentage mastery gains instead of like rating mastery gains. In PvP, yeah, Reds are kind of busted at the moment, I think. A lot of people are dying around there. I did some solo queue. I got to 1800 and I got like the Mog, you know, the set. It's a pretty good looking set, by the way. Let me show you guys. Where is my appearances? Sets. Gladiator. Elite. This one. Yeah, I got this. I got to 1800 doing solo queue. And it was pretty easy as Red. I gotta admit. In PvP, we're kind of busted. We do a lot of bursts, and we are, I would say, like we're a pop stumper in PvP, because people don't know how to play around reds still, till this day in 2023. People have to just run away when you see a red with wings. Do not try to fight the red with wings. Just run away. People try to fight you and they just die because they can't survive the damage. We just do a lot of it in PvP. So if you want to get this set, I recommend doing some solo queue. I'm not the best PvPer out there. Actually, I'm not very good PvPer. I'm just pretty decent. I hold my own, but solo queue is pretty fun though. The queue times are horrible though. Like 15 minutes. I've been in queue like for 30 minutes waiting for a solo queue round, you know. That's the only thing that's bad about it. But other than that, solo queue is a good nice. It's also a good source of like if you're starting up, gearing up as a red, it's a good source of like initial gear that you can use. For example, I'm still using this badge, this insignia. It's just a decent trinket, you know. It has a 40% uptime on the 853 strength for 20 seconds. Like you can see here, I think it's 40 or between 40 and 35. Yeah, 37% uptime. Just a decent trinket to have, you know. It's a good source. PvP is a good source of like fast, decent gear. Sure. Let me show you my gear. Okay, so this is what I'm using. Those are my stats. I like to get my my crit. I like to keep it between over 20%. Like 20%, I think is the minimum crit I would use. I think that's a pretty decent place to have it because we, on top of that crit, normally we're going to have our Seraphim, which is another 8% critical strike. So that makes our crit almost 30%, which I think is a good benchmark number to have with Seraphim. My haste, like I said, 26. Normally it's going to be 28 because I use a Howling Rune. When I use the rune, it puts it to 28. This is a personal preference. According to the sim, it's a bit too much haste, but I really like this breakpoint because it feels my rotation is pretty smooth. I don't have almost any downtime. I'm always pressing something with this amount of haste, so I like this haste, you know. Normally, I'm always going to tell you guys that you better sim yourself because simulations, you know, it's different for everyone depending on what stats you have and what gear you have, but this number works for me, you know. I like it. Mastery, I have 44% mastery, decent amount of extra damage. Versatility, I have a lot here because I'm using always this file of tepid versatility, just pretty decent. Burst is good for survivability and good for, just gives you flat damage, you know, good stats. Okay, what else can I comment about my gear? I'm using the ring from the first boss. I was lucky to get it, at least on heroic. It does like 0.8% of my damage, which is free damage, so it's pretty nice to have. I'm using the Jeweled Signet at Malandris. I thought this thing was going to give me more. It gave me, in Mythic Plus, it gave me about 50 DPS. Like, that's the upgrade I got from this ring. So I was kind of, I was thinking it was going to work like I did in Shadowlands. In Shadowlands, it used to add the damage from the ring to your weapon. So all your abilities got a bit scaled higher, you know, because the damage was added to your weapon. And weapon is used for ability calculations, but I think it doesn't work like that anymore because I'm not getting any of that. So it's just giving you extra damage on auto attacks, which is okay, you know. It's free damage as well. You're not losing any value from the ring itself by getting the extra effect. It's a good ring to have. Personally, I like to use Horn of Valor instead of, for example, other options that we have as on-use trinkets. We could use Blazebinder Hoof. I don't like this thing because even though it's our base, you know, I don't like it that it's not consistent. Sometimes I get 2 stacks, sometimes I get 3 stacks, sometimes I get the full 6 stacks and I just plow through whatever with my full Crusade stacks and Final Reckoning. But I don't like that it doesn't have consistency. So I don't like this trinket that much. It is our base, but consistency is important for me, so I rather use the Horn. If I wouldn't use the Horn, I would use the Bone, the Big Toe, because it's also pretty consistent, just gives you critical strike for an extra damage and shallow damage, you know? Good trinket as well. But for me, Horn is pretty good. After that, I'm using my Insignia because I don't have anything else that I can use here as a passive trinket, you know? That's why I'm trying to get this egg thing. Okay, so other pieces of note in my gear, I have this lariat. Everyone should have a lariat. This thing is just really good, and I'm using it with earth gems. So by the way, the stat that your lariat procs is depending on the gems you have. If you only have earth gems, it's always going to give you the mastery proc. If you have, for example, fire gems, I think it gives you crit. Air is haste, and I think I'm missing one, but the other one is burst. So try to always have earth gems. You can see here the keen emerald says earth emerald, you know, so that means it's an earth gem. You will find that a lot of color gems have different attributes. Try to always use earth gems because the mastery proc is the best one that we can use. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything of notice I have. Oh yeah, I'm using crafted weapon. Pretty good. I have the Zen focus thingy that gives you extra mastery when you're on over 90% health. This week is not very good because of Grievous. We are not always at like 90% health, like you can see here. It's only giving me 53% uptime. Normally this is like 70, but this week because of Grievous it's giving me a lot less because I'm always taking damage. Oh, I'm not training my egg for haste. I'm training my egg for critical strike, not haste. Consecration is always your top damage because you're probably over spamming it a bit. Depends on the dungeons. If you're talking about a Legator Academy, sometimes in that place Consecration can actually be your top ability. But in other dungeons, Divine Storm should normally be your top ability. So maybe just try pressing more Divine Storms. In Quarter Stars, sometimes Radiant Decree is going to be your top ability for whatever reason, because stuff just dies pretty fast. Just throw Radiant Decrees and that's the ability that's going to do more damage in pulls. You know, there's those small pulls in Court, they just instantly die, especially if you have a monk on your group as well. Things just dies before you can even use your cooldowns, which is really sad sometimes. I do not like doing Court with monks, especially because those guys just do too much damage too fast. And then you're just running around with like 10 seconds, 15 seconds of wings and not doing anything. So I don't like that. Oh, haste is because I'm already comfortable with the amount of haste I have. I don't need the extra haste from the egg proc. I'd rather put that on crit because since I have a bunch of mastery as well, mastery and crit go really well hand in hand. It's just a lot of extra damage that you can do with that. Yeah, haste mostly is about like kind of a personal preference, you know. I feel like my haste is just at the point that I don't have like I'm almost never waiting for holy power, so I'm always like using abilities that are important. So I don't think like getting more haste is going to do much for me. The crit I think is going to be pretty impactful because like 2,500 crit that the trinket gives you is like, I think how much is my crit at the moment? Okay, so 2,200 is 12% crit. 2,500 is probably like 14% crit. So I'm going to have 35% crit plus 8 from the Seraphim that normally I have on when I'm using cooldowns. That's 44% crit, something like that I'm going to have if it procs with my wings and stuff. So I think that's going to be huge, you know. That's a bunch of crit with with all those extra damage modifiers. So that's why I'm going with crit. Oh, the primary stat gem you get from jewel crafting. You gotta make it work orders. I can show you that as well. That was the last key of the night, by the way, guys. I'm just going to show some stuff around for now. I'm kind of keyed out. Too many ruby life pools ended up in nothing. So you go to the dude here and you ask for a gem to be made. Actually, you have to make a personal work order to get a rank 3 of these skillful limited diamond. I actually made this myself. I made an alt and I can make my own gems. So I didn't have to make an order, but just have to look for trade chat and tell them you want a... I personally using this skillful limited diamond because it gives you primary stat and mastery. There's other ones that give you primary and crit, primary and haste and all those things. So depending on what you want, you can ask for a jewel crafter to make it for you, you know. The other gems I'm using, I told you guys, is earth gems. Earth gems, let's go to the auction house. I'm gonna show you all the earth gems that there are. I recommend earth gems because your lariat proc is always guaranteed to be mastery whenever you have earth gems.
I have all the time in the Isles.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop the mastery one whenever I get the legs,
Future.
and probably in a long time because I already have these 421 legs. So as much as I want the legs crafted, I can't just drop the 421 legs, you know. So eventually I'll make it, you know. But yes, if I get legs made, I'm gonna drop the mastery from this thing. I'll probably just put the food thing here when I get it. How much is the food thing going
This is
for?
your time.
What's the name of the food thing? I don't remember. Let's do gems first. Okay, so gems. Okay, so you see gems here. There are different attributes here. For example, this Nesdorite has earth on it. So this is an earth gem. This deadly electrocyte is fire. So if you put this on your, for example, on your lariat or any socket that you have, it may proc a critical strike instead of mastery. But if you only put earth gems,
Our flight has
like for
left
example, where is it? This fractured Neltharite, if you only put earth gems on your sockets, you're guaranteed to have the mastery proc. And I think the mastery proc is the best one. So
this is when
that's
you
what I recommend. Yeah, it's about 150k in my server as well. That thing is it's crazy expensive now. I'm trying to get it like doing the event on all my alts, but no luck. I did get one, and I sold it for like 20k like a few weeks ago. I didn't know that thing was going to be so valuable. I'm very dumb. Alchemical, yeah, okay. Let's look how much is it on my server. It's probably 150k or something like that.
Do you seek knowledge?
Oh, it's 98k. Do I buy it? Do I don't? I'm gonna do the event tomorrow because the reset, and then if I don't get it, I'll buy it. I don't want to waste 100k gold.
We have been scattered so
I know I have gold. I have almost 2 million gold, but I'm gonna wait for tomorrow. Oh yeah, it's worth. If you're getting the legs, by the way, the crafted legs, it's worth dropping the mastery, especially on weeks of spiteful. The spiteful mobs count as new mobs, so you have a really high uptime on those legs. Also, the haste you get from the legs is going to make all your pulls like really smooth. Your openers are always going to be extremely smooth with the extra haste of that thing. Oh, the green gem I have is Keen Emerald. Gives you haste and mastery. I don't have Grief Torch, and I actually don't want to run it. It is our best for Mythic Plus. If you get it, I would recommend running it in Mythic Plus, but personally, I do not want to use it. I hate to use double unused trinkets. Also, I do not like that it's a channel. You have to stand there for 2 seconds, and it can kill you sometimes, so I just don't want to do it. But it is our best, and you should actually run it in Mythic Plus if you get it. It's also a personal decision, you know. If you don't want to use it, you might be better off with just a stat stick. I try to not play the game like with a calculator, you know, and just blindly listen to sims. I try to like make my own judgment choices sometimes. Even though it's something sims higher, can I use it? And is it not going to be a deterrent to me? And then I take my decisions on what to use. I'm hoping this egg is going to be really good. I need one more training of this, and then I'm just going to probably just level this up because I don't want to do more Ruby life pools, man. Next week is going to be horrible to farm it, that place, because tyrannical bosses in Ruby life pools are so much damage. Yeah, I also kind of hated the animation of this. It makes your rotation feel really clunky because the animations don't match the little guy doing stuff, you know? Also, you're like very small. This Brightclue is just tiny, you know? I think my normal model is bigger. Let me remove this. Oh no, it's the same size. What the hell? Yeah, the animations of the horn are not the same as the animations of Paladin, so it feels like weird. I know I'm doing stuff, but the dude's not moving, so it can be annoying sometimes. Okay, guys, I think that's going to be all for today. I will be streaming next week as well. I'll probably do it. I have to raid Tuesdays and Thursdays. Probably gonna stream Wednesday though. Wednesday or the weekend. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's another trinket that I really wanted. The one from Halls of Valor. Yeah, that one's also really good. I should have farmed that thing. I already have the egg. I'm just gonna use the egg. Yeah, Trisha, sorry. But I'll be back. I'm gonna stream a bit more often now. I'm getting a bit more time. So I'll be on probably on Wednesday or the weekend. So, guys, thanks everyone for watching. If you enjoy my content, subscribe to the channel and leave a like on my videos. Thanks everyone for watching tonight, and have a great night.